And I want to go to our guests now because today the top leader of the Aam Aadmi Party and the top leader of the BJP, the Prime Minister of the country himself, have pretty much gone head to head. The Prime Minister held his first rally in the city today. Delhi election dates are going to be announced on Monday. Arvind Kejriwal replies with a press conference basically saying, look who's talking. If I had to boil away what has happened today, it would basically be that the Prime Minister has called Arvind Kejriwal a thief and a hypocrite. And Arvind Kejriwal has turned around and said those living in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, are with me. Charu, you've just heard what Arvind Kejriwal has said in response to Narendra Modi's Apada attack, the Sheesh Mahal attack. He's basically said, he's listed out some figures saying, someone who lives in a 1,000 crore house which he built for himself and spends thousands of public money on travel, etc., shouldn't be talking about Sheesh Mahal. Your first response, it's obviously gone very, very personal, very, very quickly by the two top figures.
Shiv, a very good evening to you. And it's very unfortunate the level to which Aam Aadmi Party has fallen in Delhi, and especially with Arvind Kejriwal's statements today, it's becoming even worse. Let me remind him that he's the one who went around blowing his trumpet of saying that I'm very fine in my tiny little Maruti. I don't need a fancy car or a beacon. He's the one who said, I like my small little flat and I don't need a massive bungalow. What did he do instead? He used the land for 3 bungalows, put them together. In fact, scammed his way through various tenders. Each amount of billing was kept to under 10 crore so that he wouldn't have to go through the tendering process. And that is why we are discussing the Sheesh Mahal today. It is because it exposes his hypocrisy, and the less said about what has gone on in the guise of constructing a house for himself, the better it is. I will just do a very quick recap of what Delhi has seen in the last 10 years. 2,875 crore liquor scam, 78,000 crore water scam in the Delhi Jal Board under the guise of, again, the tanker mafia. 5,000 crore scam while they were constructing classrooms. 1,000 crore scam when they were distributing fake medicines. 4,000 crore with these lab x-ray scam that they were conducting. 1,850 crore scam for the panic button they wanted to put in vehicles. 1,000 crore for the bus purchase, and Delhi still doesn't have buses, by the way, and I could go on and discuss in great detail the situation of Delhi's public transport today. They are still going around getting people to sign these illegal forms when they talk about the Mahila Kalyan Yojana, and it is not even a Yojana because it doesn't exist on paper. A cabinet note speaks of 1,000 rupees, not of 2,100 rupees, and they lie to their teeth every single day. I think the time has come now.
Let me bring Siddharth in on this because you've made a couple of different points, Siddharth. You can respond to the the specific points made by Charu, but also the attack by the Prime Minister himself. It's the big rally. The Sheesh Mahal issue is seen as something that may have put Arvind Kejriwal or the Aam Aadmi Party on the back foot. Is it a sensitive issue going into this election? And the points raised by Charu. Siddharth, to you.
Yeah, Shiv, taking a thread out of what you said, the context you said in your opening statements that Delhi, in a sense, is a paradox because it elects 2 governments, one for security and one for services. Now, full disclosure, in this program, for some reason, I have an internet issue. I'm able to hear you perfectly well, but I'm not able to see the program. So, pardon me for that.
We'll try and fix that, Siddharth.
Able to hear you. So, I hope I'm visible as well as audible, right?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Okay, fine. So one very strange thing happened today. As you very rightly said, there is a paradox in the sense that Delhi elects 2 governments, one for providing services, one for providing security. And the BJP's Pradhanji today badmouthed the service provider government Aam Aadmi Party for 39 minutes. And there was a thundering silence on his part on BJP's own security labs. Now, BJP's Pradhanji was right in saying that there is an Apada disaster unfolding in Delhi. There is a real Apada in BJP, and their sorrow is that there is no officer in Delhi because the Ashirwad is with Aam Aadmi Party. If someone used to talking about Bhais and Bihari DNA has to speak about governance, it indeed is an Apada for him. On top of that, BJP neither has a CM face nor the ability to get Delhi rid of the gangster rule. So there is definitely a disaster unfolding in BJP. Now it is baffling that the 56-inch Hindu Hriday Samrat did not say that he will give 21,000 rupees to Hindu pujaris across India. Why? Because what does a person who wears a suit worth 10 lakh and lives in a house worth 2,700 crore and travels in a plane worth 8,500 crore have to do with pujaris who are the real flag bearers of Hindu culture? Now, if Aam Aadmi Party is providing free education to 18 lakh children in 22,000 new classrooms, after opening 3 new universities, 6 new university campuses, and 11 new university vocational centers, contrast this with BJP, which has presided over 7 lakh school student dropout in Uttar Pradesh only, 37 lakh school dropouts across India as per its own admission, then it seems Ravana did really come in the guise of a sage to abduct Sita.
Okay.
That story methodologically is very right.
Siddharth and Charu, both of you know me as an anchor who doesn't like interrupting my guests, and I think it's very nice that both of you are mentioning substantive issues that are there in Delhi, even amidst this very ill-tempered sort of crossfire between the big leaders. But I want to draw you back on one issue, Charu, and I'll come to you now, which is the issue of Kejriwal taunting the BJP. He says the real apada, which is a phrase that the Prime Minister used, he says the real apada is that the BJP doesn't have the guts to have a chief ministerial face. The Aam Aadmi Party is taunting you and saying you don't have the guts to name someone to stand against Kejriwal. How do you respond to that?
Well, he's clutching at straws, Shiv, and I'll tell you why. We just won Maharashtra with a massive mandate, a historical mandate. And who was our chief ministerial face before that? I don't want to get into that, but I want to respond very specifically to certain things that Siddharth has said.
Fair enough.
He's talking about today a pension to Pandits in Delhi, right? I want to ask him, you were giving one to Maulanas, right? For 17 months, you've not managed to pay their salaries. You are talking about universities in Delhi. Let me again remind you that Delhi University has complained and you have responded in one of your RTIs about how you cannot give any money to DU. DU has been complaining that no money has come their way. So please don't boast about things where you're not able to make ends meet. Every single thing you're listing today is problematic. Delhi Jal Board is in a loss of 73,000 crore. Can you even comprehend the number of zeros in that? And it used to be a department which was in a profit of 600 plus crore just before Aam Aadmi Party came in. And it was Arvind Kejriwal himself who was heading Delhi Jal Board. In fact, at a point of time, very recently, more than 80% of the ministers heading different departments in Delhi were behind bars. That is the situation of Delhi government today. So sorry, Siddharth, today when you want to lure in more voters by coming up with these fake schemes and plans, it's not going to work because every single thing that you have already declared, are you able to pay for
Siddharth,
it? Siddharth,
the BJP
crying, asking for money.
Siddharth, the BJP appears to be aware and wary of falling into the trap of naming a face putting someone up straight against Arvind Kejriwal, because that might not actually work. We've seen how it's gone in the past as well. But when Charu mentions all of these issues, it also goes down to the issue that ultimately, after a decade in power, there could be a sense of anti-incumbency and fatigue. Would you acknowledge at least that the Aam Aadmi Party does have a challenge on its hands? It's not like the last election.
Shiv, what happens is that people elect governments not because they vote for a particular party. People, when they vote. They don't want to make some party win an election. They want to vote for themselves. It's like me recharging my telephone. When I'm recharging my telephone, there is a simple transaction that I'm recharging it worth 200 rupees. I want 200 worth of data. It's not that I'm a favorite of Airtel or BSNL or something like that. So BJP has to understand, even political pundits have to understand that people vote for their own services. And in Delhi, if people are getting universal free education, people are getting universal free healthcare, people are getting universal free power, electricity, the women are getting free travel, the elders of your house are getting Tirth Yatras. So basically, why isn't BJP giving all these things?
No, but this flurry of freebies. Apologize for interrupting. I hate interrupting, Siddharth. But just a small follow-up question. 2,100 rupees for all women, one woman of every household, etc. That sort of demonstrates a kind of nervousness about the challenge that you have on your hands this time. Revdi culture and freebies is very much, an element of what our politics is today. But it seems that the Aam Aadmi Party is less confident about, what it can control going into this election.
On the other hand, Shiv, it's the other way around. When I was a small kid, my mother used to take care of me. Right now, today, she is 83-year-old. She is retired. So if I am taking care of her because I am doing well, it is not a freebie. When I am taking care of my mother through my well-earned 70,000 rupees a month salary, if Delhi is earning 76,000 crores a year without a single paisa debt from any government, neither central government or external agencies, if I am spending it on my mother, on my sister, on my children, on my elders, on Tirth Yatra, or giving my sister 2,100 rupees, what is bad in that? How come BJP has a problem with that? Please understand.
Okay.
The point I was trying to make, Shiv, is that Delhi is Delhi is where Delhi ends and where Noida begins, or where Delhi ends and where Gurgaon begins. Nobody knows.
Sure.
It's a very kind of a flux kind of a place. So a person living in Delhi and a person living in Noida, they might be just streets across. And why doesn't BJP give all these revdis if it is calling it revdis?
Fair question.
Isn't it giving it revdas?
Charu, you can answer that. Charu, the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson says there is a selectivity and a hypocrisy as far as revdi is concerned. You can answer that, but also take my question, which is that the BJP, which one does understand the difference between national elections and state elections, but for the benefit of our viewers, help us also understand by defending the reality that the BJP sweeps the national elections in Delhi, all 7 seats, but has had an abysmal run in Delhi for the last, I think, 16 years. The last time the BJP was in power was back in 98.
Yes, and Shiv, I'm never the one to criticize the choice of the people. We are a democratic country, and whatever the people of the country want is always paramount. But I want to factually correct Siddharth. I don't think he's aware that Delhi government is no longer in profit or has enough money. It's in fact in a fiscal deficit, and it's in one of the most terrible states it's ever been in. And I can go back decades and I can quote data to him. Most recently, the NSSF has been asked for a loan of 10,000 crore by Delhi government, and it's one of the departments of the union government with the highest interest rate. So Delhi government is going around borrowing money because they have obviously siphoned off all that was given to them. What money comes to them from the union government is not used for the benefit of the people. And again, I've got examples. I'm not vaguely saying this. 1,200 crore was collected in the name of green cess. Where has that money gone? Every single year they talk about a smog tower and then they make it defunct. Then they come up with a smog gun and that also goes defunct. And all of us are struggling with restrictions of GRAP 3, GRAP 4, so on and so forth. So the fact of the matter is that Delhi is tired of the kind of governance we are getting from Aam Aadmi Party. They make promises here, but what happened to the 1,000 rupees you promised to the women of Punjab? Did they get it yet? What happens to the salaries which people of Delhi are still not getting at your hands? There are riots. Your own leaders have been found to be involved. The High Courts and the Supreme Court have ruled that. So we have proof on paper. And at the end of the day, maybe it takes a little bit of time to people to wake up to the reality of a political party, but that has already happened. So these elections, I don't think Aam Aadmi Party is even going to make a dent when it comes to votes.
Okay, we'll have, finally it's going to be in the court of the people that decides. I started with Charu, so I'll end with you, Siddharth. You can reply to all the things that she said. But the same things that the Aam Aadmi Party accuses the BJP of, which is, a lot of marketing and not much substance, broken promises, etc. Those are the very same issues that are going to come back and bite you in this election. We can sit here and say this is all political speak and rhetoric, but, somewhere between the lines, there are many broken promises.
Yeah, Shiv, although me sitting here is today for when the Prime Minister or BJP, Prime Minister of India has
But I'm very happy to have a substantive discussion rather than just the tutu meh of politics. So
I would rather try not to answer to what Charu said, although I agree with her on one single point. I absolutely agree that people are intelligent, people see through things. For example, when BJP's Pradhanji today admitted that after taking 3 lakh from you and returning just 4,700 to you, he by that claiming credit, he's committing a folly of taking credit. In its Delhi Sankalp Patra of 2020, BJP had said that it will provide permanent houses to everyone. 15 lakh people in Delhi need houses. BJP has given 4,700 houses in 5 years. Whereas in the same period, it has demolished nearly 3 lakh juggies, that is slums in Delhi. So tell me, you on one hand demolish 3 lakh people, make them homeless, and give 4,000 people homes, and then you say I'm taking credit for that. It told Purvanchali people, the 2020 BJP Sankalp Patra of BJP told Purvanchalis that they will be registered. They will be given registration of their property, because most of the Purvanchalis who come to Delhi either come for studying or
yes,
for
we've
work,
covered that issue,
and they stay in some kind of Kachi colonies.
Purva, I'll give Charu Pragya, I'll give you a 15-second answer to that, because it's a direct charge on the Purvanchali issue. 15-second charge, a response to that, and then I have to wind up, since it was specific.
They love to misquote things, Shiv. And if I may remind Siddharth, during COVID, Aam Aadmi Party government gave a terrible statement. They said, जेब में 500 रुपए लेकर आते हैं, 5 लाख का इलाज करवा के चले जाते हैं. They actually tried to stop people coming into Delhi from other parts of the country. Delhi is a part of this country. You cannot behave in a manner like that. And today, it is the people of Delhi who don't have the benefits of the Ayushman Bharat Yojana. And there are many aspects to that Yojana, and people are not getting anything. So the fact is that this whole situation has been taken cognizance of from the courts itself. It's not just the BJP which is talking about it.
Last 15 seconds, Arur, I just needed to finish what I wanted to say.
10 seconds, absolute last.
That BJP has given 4,000.
That they will register 40 lakh houses for Purvanchalis. Till now, they've registered only 25,000. In Hindi, एक कहावत है, भाजपा में सच में आपदा है. उनका गम यह है कि दिल्ली में अवसर ही नहीं है, क्योंकि आशीर्वाद पूरा आम आदमी पार्टी के साथ.
This Monday is when the dates of the election are going to be announced. So even debates of this kind will finally be transformed into the actual campaign trail. The Prime Minister held a big rally today. We're going to be seeing rallies from both sides, including the Congress parties. Actually, 3 sides in this election, and we'll be covering every single aspect of it. Charu and Siddharth, thank you very much for your time and being with us on this debate here on India Today.